What's up guys, back with another Fallout Countdown video, and today I figured I would go over some Fallout New Vegas weapons that I wish were in Fallout 4. Now before we start, I'm mostly going to be talking about weapons that were good or were fun to use in New Vegas, and talk about which ones I would have liked to simply see in Fallout 4 at some official capacity. However, with this said, if you are aware of certain Fallout 4 mods that add these weapons to the game, feel free to discuss them in the comments section below. However, without further ado, these are the top 10 Fallout New Vegas weapons I wish were in Fallout 4, starting now. Number 10, the 9mm pistol. Now, I'm pretty sure there are a couple of 9mm pistol mods for Fallout 4. However, it's strange that the 9mm pistol wasn't even included in Fallout 4 in the first place. Such a signature weapon has appeared in several of the previous games like Fallout 1, Fallout 2, Tactics, and New Vegas, and I tended to really like the weapon because I think it looks a little better than the 10mm pistol, and also because the 9mm pistol ammo was so common, and the 9mm pistol was also fairly easy to repair in Fallout New Vegas. I suspect the 9mm was canned in favor of pipe weapons, as the 9mm pistol provides roughly the same function that pipe weapons provide. However, pipe weapons have the capability to be modified to be turned into automatic weapons. That, and I suppose pipe weapons look more typical of what you would find in a post-apocalyptic setting. Thankfully though, there are some really nice 9mm pistol mods out there, so you can at least bring the gun into your game that way. Number 9, the VARMINT rifle. While the VARMINT rifle isn't particularly good, it is a beginning game rifle in New Vegas. Unfortunately, Fallout 4 doesn't really give you very many options when it comes to rifles towards the beginning of the game, and while I suppose you can use pipe rifles, it would have been nice to see something better like the VARMINT rifle return in an official capacity for Fallout 4, especially since we would get more than only 2 weapons that use 5.56 ammo. Plus, having enemies carry the VARMINT rifle would have given Fallout 4 players a chance to accrue a lot more 5.56 ammo, because as Fallout 4 is currently designed, it's actually quite difficult to get 5.56 ammo to drop off of enemies, and you usually have to buy it from vendors. I hope this is a gun that will return in future games, simply for the fact that we need more weapons that use 5.56 ammo. Number 8, the Plasma Caster, aka the Winchester P94. So the Plasma Caster, also known as the Winchester P94 from Fallout 1 and 2, was a really cool weapon from the original games that was reintroduced in New Vegas as the Plasma Caster. Now, while it lost its traditional name, possibly due to licensing reasons, the Plasma Caster is still a pretty cool weapon visually. In fact, the Plasma Caster looks like something an alien might use. However, what's cool about the Plasma Caster is that it's a heavy weapon that makes use of microfusion cells, and this property could make it quite valuable in Fallout 4, especially when you consider that it would give you a little more ammo versatility, as you would be able to use fusion cells in addition to the fusion cores that the Gatling laser uses. So sort of like the VARMINT rifle, I'd like to see the Plasma Caster return in a future game, simply for that ammo versatility and being able to use fusion cells and fusion cores as a heavy weapons user would be really awesome. Number 7, the Machine, Battle Rifle, or M1 Garand. So the Machine was included in Fallout New Vegas Vanilla, however the Battle Rifle, which is a weaker version, was included in the Gunrunner's Arsenal DLC. And both of these weapons are an imitation of the M1 Garand, which was a popular rifle used by the United States military during World War II. And while this weapon isn't particularly godly or anything, the Machine is cool because it shares the M1 Garand's signature ping upon expending the final bullet in a cartridge. And this sound has a certain charm to it, and it also doesn't hurt that the Machine and the Battle Rifle are fairly decent rifles. I suspect the main reason that this weapon didn't appear in Fallout 4 was simply because of the combat rifle, which is really customizable. It can offer a lot of the same functions. It can go automatic. So unfortunately, the M1 Garand, I guess, had to get cut. Number 6, the Assault Carbine. It's sort of surprising that the Assault Carbine didn't make its appearance in Fallout 4, and one of the reasons that I liked the Assault Carbine from New Vegas was because it made use of 5mm ammo, and it's always nice to be able to take advantage of some ammo versatility if you're specializing in a specific class of weapons like rifles or pistols. And it would have been nice to have another weapon in Fallout 4 other than the minigun that makes use of the 5mm ammunition. Though I suspect one of the reasons that the Assault Carbine got cut was because it may have been a little too similar to Fallout 4's standard assault rifle, and the Assault Carbine was designed to be a purely automatic gun, and an automatic assault rifle fills that role fairly well. Not to mention that the assault rifle can be customized to be non-automatic as well, so you don't really need that dedicated solution. There is a really great assault carbine mod out there for Fallout 4 by Deadpool2099, so if you want this gun in Fallout 4, I can personally highly recommend that mod, and as always, I'll leave a link in the description. Number 5. The Tesla Cannon. While Automatron features the Tesla rifle, I don't think the Tesla rifle can really compete with the Tesla cannon from both Fallout 3 and New Vegas. In fact, if you ask me, the Tesla rifle is a bit of a downgrade from the Tesla cannon, as it seems to lack the range and also lacks the overall damage potential that the Tesla cannon is capable of. And I think the best way to think of this weapon is that it's sort of like a Fat Man launcher, except instead of firing a mini nuke at enemies and watching it explode, you fire this massive electrical beam that deals a fairly potent amount of damage to enemies. Granted, it's not as strong as the Fat Man, nor should it be, but it comes with the advantage of being far safer to use. I suspect that this weapon got cut because of the transition from Electron Charge Pack, Microfusion Cells, and Energy Cells to Fallout 4's Fusion Cells and Fusion Cores. And it's definitely a shame because the Tesla Cannon was a pretty awesome weapon from both games, and hopefully we'll see it in the future. Number 4. The Industrial Hand. One casualty due to some of Fallout 4's redesigns for weapons was the vast amount of really cool unarmed weapons that were available in New Vegas. And while some of these, like the Power Fist, survived and can be customized somewhat, you don't really have buzzsaw Power Fists like the Industrial Hand from New Vegas. And a great way to describe this weapon is that it's an unarmed version of the Ripper. So instead of the player making a punching motion like you would see on a normal Power Fist, the Industrial Hand is simply held outward and the buzzsaw simply does all of the work. In fact, if the Industrial Hand was available for unarmed builds in Fallout 4, I could see it being quite powerful and very amusing to use, especially with a wounding legendary weapon effect. Ultimately though, the redesigns to Power Armor were not kind to the unarmed weapon class, and hopefully this will be addressed somewhat in Fallout 4's sequel. Number 3. The Recharger Rifle/Pistol. Now, while Fallout 4 does have its own infinite ammo weapon in the form of the Eternos Gatling Laser, there aren't really any weapons in Fallout 4 like the Recharger Pistol and Rifle. And basically, both the Recharger Rifle and Pistol in New Vegas have infinite ammo, and the only thing that is keeping you from using them indefinitely is the weapon's durability. And of the two, the Recharger Pistol from New Vegas is superior, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't want to see a dedicated version for both that are both really good, or to see a totally modular version of the Recharger Laser that can be modified and have a rifle stock or a pistol grip. Regardless, it would have been really cool if the Recharger Rifle made an appearance in Fallout 4. Even if the damage couldn't be upgraded on these weapons, they could have made for really nice weapons from the early to mid-game. And if the damage could be upgraded on them, perhaps there would be some sort of delay in between shots to help make them balanced. Ultimately though, it's a shame that such an interesting looking weapon didn't make its way into Fallout 4. Number 2. The Laser RCW. In my opinion, one of the cooler weapons from New Vegas that didn't make it into Fallout 4 was the laser RCW. And the RCW is cool because it was a Tommy gun style laser that operated on a different type of ammunition when compared to a lot of the standard energy rifles which used microfusion cells. As it pertains to Fallout 4, I could have seen the laser RCW using fusion cores as opposed to their standard electron charge packs like you see in New Vegas. And perhaps compared to something like the Gatling laser, you could get 1 to 200 shots with the laser RCW, however, you would deal roughly 20 to 30 damage per shot. So it would be a little bit stronger than your base Gatling laser, but maybe it would have some potential to upgrade later. For example, maybe you could have a mod like you have in Fallout New Vegas, where every 4th shot or so doesn't consume ammo. Like the Tesla cannon, I suspect this weapon got cut following the simplification of ammo for energy weapons. Either way, it's a shame because the laser RCW was a cool weapon, and I think if it was included in Fallout 4, then the Triggerman could have had a much larger role in Fallout 4's plot. And just between you and me, I would have rather had the laser RCW rather than the submachine gun that we ultimately got. Number 1. The grenade machine gun. So for whatever reason, Fallout 4 never featured a truly awesome grenade launcher in the vanilla game or any of its DLC. And I'm not sure why Bethesda chose to do this. Maybe it came down to time or balance, but it's ultimately a shame that we didn't get a grenade launcher or the more ridiculous grenade machine gun to appear. The difference between the grenade machine gun and a standard M79 grenade launcher is that the grenade machine gun is a machine gun and it just hurls grenades at stuff. I suspect the reason that the grenade machine gun got cut was because of the missile launcher. After all, the grenade machine gun is probably going to deal 150 damage per shot, just like the missile launcher is. And my reasoning for that is because the standard grenade deals about 150 damage. Hopefully, like all of the other weapons on this list, we will see the grenade machine gun return in a future game. But alright guys, I think that's going to wrap up this particular video. If you like this video, feel free to leave a like and let me know what is a gun from Fallout New Vegas that you would like to see in Fallout 4. Leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, like this video if you liked it, click the bell to join the notification squad, and as always, take care, and I'll see y'all next time.